them.
For both of them, all right.
All right.
So I think, but obviously because the fourth pick is gonna be tilting towards ONIC, I think that is BTR. That BTR should be the ones banning it out. Imagine if there will be a Hilda for the side of ONIC, and who can actually stop that? That's Novaria might not be able to do so.
Yeah, no,
Joy
not really.
obviously is not gonna be there. So that could be that is, if there will be any kind of surprise, that might be it.
Well, I'd actually like to see a Minotaur or let's say a setup hero for the side of Team ONIC, because they have what like all it takes to have a solid team fight.
Yep.
They have the penalty zone, they have the mobility of Nolan, and you can go on with the rest of the picks that haven't been even shown up yet. BTR on the other side, I think that Kaja was a really good pick for them, even though they banned it.
And then as you said, that Minotaur has been banned out, because I would say it's pretty good for both teams
That's
here. Looking at ONIC, I would say their lineup right now is pretty solid. It's just that for BTR, they need the missing piece here. And the question really is, if they're going to have this Joy in the jungle, the Arlie going to the EXP, as well as the Novaria coming in mid, they gotta make sure that they have enough damage per se, especially in the early stages of the game if they're gonna contest for anything, because Novaria has range, kind of has a little bit of damage, but I would argue Novaria needs 1 or 2 items. Joy is the closest to have early game damage, but the setup has to be super good for you to do that.
All the injustice in the world.
But Cho ban instead. Okay, I think Hilda. What is that?
Harif,
Oh!
right? That sounds like Harif.
Oh, that's a good pick.
I mean, you can continue. You don't have to stop.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Yeah, we just want to make sure it's like, okay, let's see the
Harif.
picture. Yeah, it is Harif.
Yeah,
That
it
is
is a
such a
Harif.
good pick. Why? Because it's a hero that doesn't. I mean, what is a hero that can lose late? Also, it's a hero that is not that dependent on a farm, and it kind of allows Nolan to be like the scaling hero, and then you have the Harith in the early stages of the game. I think it's smart.
Keyboy has 7 heroes with 100% win rate in MPL ID season 12, including Matilda, Kadita, and Hilda. The perfect roamer, and now Claude finishing up for BTR. A lot of heroes that need the farm here. I'm a little bit worried.
Hilda might be like disastrous.
I would actually say, please, for Team ONIC to give me a setup hero. I like with this composition. I would love to see an area crowd control hero, because everything, everything will align for an area crowd control hero.
Okay, you need a way to kind of maybe a Ruby could be the perfect choice for ONIC.
Yeah,
I think a Kufra maybe.
Kufra.
Honestly, there's fault for choice.
For Honor, what is that?
Was that Tigreal?
I mean,
Oh,
it is
let's
an
go.
AoE setup.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it is.
Okay.
All right.
I think Tigreal. All right. Why is it good?
What?
It has a reset. It has a way to reset.
I think it's good because it can push the Hilda.
Exactly. It can push the Hilda, and it can also counter invade.
And it
Because
has area
push.
crowd control.
Exactly. Man, all right.
Coach, he knows how to draft.
Apparently.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe Coach Shep can win championships, you know?
And right now, honestly, looking at the draft, my only worry for BTR Suns is that all of the members, well, except for Hilda, they need a little bit of time to really ramp up to have that damage. So the Hilda can slow down ONIC, but is it going to be good enough?
In the early stage, yes. I think, I think Hilda is generally good, especially because you want to have the Harith in the early stages. Is it going to be enough against ONIC? I think the Tiger changed my idea about it. I thought the Hilda will be like deadly, obviously. Had it not been for this Tigreal pickup, ONIC would have had a much worse time. Because I'm thinking, like, what are the other heroes that can actually protect the jungle? Thinking Ruby, Kufra is there, maybe Grok along the way, but I think Tigreal might have been the best choice for that specifically.
Well, Tigreal also with the latest update, he is one of these undeniable forces of nature. He just, whenever he uses his ultimate, it's difficult. It's so difficult for any opponent to just escape it or to even prevent it from happening without that Diggy. And the Diggy is not here for Team BTR Suns. BTR Suns, I would say they have a lot of mobility. They have a lot to do, a lot of services actually to provide for Super Opa. But
Yeah.
Apparently, I don't know if they will be able to have the enough amount of pressure, since you
Okay.
guys said that Tigreal can avoid the Hilda early game pressure.
So Hilda wants to go in the jungle,
Uh-huh.
and Tigreal can push Hilda either away from the jungle or inside the turret.
Yeah.
And that can be very deadly for Hilda because
Exactly.
you want to slow down. The fact that Hilda doesn't care if Hilda dies a lot in the early game, but having the Tigreal, you can force it out. And like you said, the implosion now, it has an instant stun.
Yep.
If BTR is not careful, and later on we're going to see if they have a lot of Purifies. Because if they don't have Purifies, we've seen how Keyboy has set up quite a lot for ONIC.
Yeah.
He can be a surprise factor, and the difference between BTR and ONIC,
Do you know how to do it, LaFell?
hey, we're in the game. Yeah, your turn.
Well, let's see together, will the Indonesian team call it a day, or will the Brazilians have to samba all night long? Let's see. Team BTR Suns up to the challenge against Team ONIC, and we have just landed to the land of dawn. No one knows what's gonna happen. We might see some surprises, we might see some predictions being right, or even proven wrong.
Hey, I have a 0% win rate on predictions. Though I predicted for ONIC, it will be quite a surprising turn here. But either way, we've seen a little bit about the interaction between Keyboy as well as Luna on Botak here, where Luna tried to slow them down, but you know, Keyboy is just like, nah, fam, nah, I'm gonna protect my jungler.
Harith is such an interesting hero. I think that in the early stages,
Oh,
some
interesting
people will prioritize the
I think they will prioritize the kill here. They are looking for Super Upa, but they have just trapped Kyrie out of time, recalling on the body.
Oh, we can even hear the Filipino cast was like, ooh, doing that to Kyrie. But I have to ask,
That was weird.
CW with the Festival of Blood.
Yeah, yeah, that's actually super duper surprising. I'm not gonna pretend like an expert in Harith, but I will have to ask some of my friends, maybe someone from the pro scene to understand what they like about that that emblem. But it kind of makes sense, you know?
Yeah.
Because you deal big amount of damage,
Exactly,
but you don't have the best dueling potential.
I would say it's the Chrono Vision making it worth it, but now right around the turtle.
Right now we can see that Keyboy is pushing the Hilda away. Kyrie goes in and just takes the turtle to his favor, to the favor of his team, and Black is out. He blacked out.
That was such a great play coming from ONIC in a way that they literally just outplayed Bigetron Suns in that regard. The timing of the stun, for example, and then obviously with the retry that Kyrie was able to take out. Turns out like that death was just sacrifice coming out from Kyrie. It's like a ritual.
Yeah, again, they have to lose one to win one. Maybe that's what they were aiming for. But either way, right now we're looking at the situation. Looks like ONIC, they just want to win the lane because, oh, Luna on Botak.
Kyrie finds Luna on Botak, and Boots didn't need to go the extra mile, even though he did the penalty zone, and the penalty has been paid by the Hilda electrifying beats just to find his way out.
Well done. Because they have found Luna, which is interestingly not yet level 4. That's what I'm wondering. Maybe they kind of messed up some of the gold earlier on, because the only reason why you will not get level 4 at 3 minutes as the roamer is when you are late when it comes to picking up the roam boots, or if somebody has lower gold than you, which is a massive mess up coming out from a
Keyboy
BTR.
pushes him away, and look at that. He just makes a clean kill for ONIC team.
Honestly, I just want to answer you there, Wolf, because we saw how Sans was denying Syndra of those minions. Perhaps that's one of the triggers. Maybe. Right? Perhaps the first or the second wave, Sans was able to push out the Novaria away from the minions, even though Novaria could farm up pretty safely because you can shoot from a distance. And I don't know, it could be one of those small details that prevented Luna on getting those levels.
Look at Keyboy just going to be standing in front of the orange buff. He might be going for the reset, but Kyrie is already level 7. If he gets to level 8, this will be massive because that means that the turtle will be theirs. Buzizio, though, with the Retribution on cooldown, 14 seconds for Kyrie. They might want to fight this.
Well, they might find an opening, but I think that they are just pushed away. They see Keyboy coming. They know that there is trouble. Kyrie takes down the turtle, and now we see that there is a final slash and also a final ending for Team ONIC. They just have that Tigreal. They just win the team fight, and not just that, they take the turtle.
How the hell did you win a team fight? A turtle fight without the retribution? I don't understand it. ONIC is just on a different level. But I guess, you know, actually I know the answer, which was zoning them out.
Bozizos out.
Oh no.
Okay. Bigetron Science have to work together here because I understand what you're saying, Will, because just now we saw Luna Umbota actually diving straight to Kyrie, trying to have a little bit of crowd control because that's a little bit of displacements in your skills that, yeah, you could prevent or you could slow down the retribution. But during that time, Vizizia was in a good position to really contest for the turtle, and down at bot, it looked like CW is like, I don't care who you are, I'm taking you down.
1,000 gold lead for the jungler. That's Kyrie having 1,000 more gold over his competition this time. And that spells a lot of problems for BTR.
We have to specify, what does 1,000 difference mean? It means that Kyrie has one completed item and Buzizio doesn't have one.
Yep.
No completed items just yet.
That's right.
That's a big difference.
Massive difference, in fact. And ONIC are leading by 3.7k gold. The reason why we like the Harith versus the BTR, it's not just about the Claude, it's mainly about the Joy, where the Joy is not necessarily going to be able to take out this Harith, especially because of the Festival of Blood, right? All you have to do is to land one of your dashes and one Synchrovision perhaps, and then you're already A-okay when it comes to like surviving against this Harith, against this Joy, I mean. And also, Harith can take the Winter Truncheon eventually. Typically, right, the marksman cannot survive the Joy because even if they get the Wind of Nature, they still get taken out by the Joy. But the Harith is a natural carrier of the Winter Truncheon, which means that the Joy is not a problem for him at all.
I would say that it is a harsh lesson being taught to Team BTR at this moment. It's just a dominating game since minute 1, even though they had Kyrie and they had the first blood upon him, but no use, not at all.
Yeah, and as we said, Bigetron Suns, they need the items. So right now, since ONIC has a gold lead, this 5,000 gold lead feels like 7,000 gold lead just because Bigetron Suns, even if ONIC makes a mistake, the only one that can realistically kill is Kyrie, and that's if he dives too deep, like inside a turret or something. Then they have enough damage to actually do something about it.
Great push from ONIC. 5.4k in fact. Look at the gold difference between each matchup. 1.6k now for Kyrie versus Buzizio.
Right now, the only thing is I see like CW doesn't care about his positioning, not in a bad way, but meaning like if someone ganks him, can they really do anything about it? Can they kill CW? Because right now he's a gold laner with the ability of an EXP laner.
That's right.
Oh, Kyrie goes in and he might find that Hilda, but he manages to escape. Boots is now trying to do a lot of damage, but oh, he gets a taste of his own medicine. Black goes away, even though I thought it was a definite kill.
But then ONIC is able to push top, so that's still a positive thing that's going in their favor. Positive gains coming out from ONIC, and they push the mid lane as well.
Right now, it does seem like ONIC is just taking the opportunities like, yeah, Bigetron Suns, you're not going to do anything, so we're just going to act like you're not around. So if they want to push, they just push. Bigetron Suns, they need to figure out a way to engage or to catch a mistake, but Kyrie goes in, and Luna, Bota, you're a tank and you're taking that much damage.
That's the cost of leaving Kyrie farm. He just saw that I would say that this is a message saying that there is no use of the ultimate at this moment, just let's use it here.
Yep.
I mean,
He says, Zorn,
that's a statement.
Yeah.
He says, Zorn, okay, you go for Recore TPs. I use my ultimate.
Yeah, let's up-level the game.
Yeah, it's like
Now that's a flex.
Now that's a flex.
Now that's a flex. Recalling, you're not really losing anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Using your ult and showing your opponents like, hey, I don't have an ult. If there's any time for you to go in, guess what? Now's the time.
He was one flicker away from like having the ultimate level up in this competition.
That's true. That's very true, actually. Let's see what will happen. Obviously, the dominant size is such a good pickup for a T-Grill because you open the map anyways, so you are in front. And with the Starlim side and the Feather of Heaven with the Holy Crystal, oh my God, Chewik can one-shot or two-shot people now.
Not gonna lie, just the Starlium Scythe, I feel like it's enough.
Yeah.
Anything more than that, at this point, kind of feels like overkill. And let's look at this. Keyboy has his Implosion again. So with the minions coming in and him having the flicker, he could have a big impact here. Like, if Bigetron Suns is grouping up together as like a natural way you want to defend, Keyboy might punish that.
I think that everyone's now settled down to see if ONIC will make it one of the shortest games so far in the M5. BTR are in a really bad position. They are in no position actually to make a successful defense. Let's see together what's going to happen. Will it be the finish for Team ONIC or maybe just taking the inhibitor turrets, taking it down layer by layer? ONIC is just taking the top lane inhibitor turret, mid lane inhibitor turret. I think that the upcoming turn is the bot lane inhibitor turret. ONIC by far are not even trying to get inside that base yet. They are inside the base. Look at ONIC. They will see now that Joy is trying to prevent the minions from coming in. It's just one inhibitor turret away from falling apart.
Well, Keyboy is just one flicker away from doing something amazing.
Super Opa is trying to deal so much damage, but look at the back line. Look at here.
Oh my
look
God.
at Keyboy. Look at Team ONIC. They are punishing Team BTR to the limit. No one can do anything at this moment. CW with that triple king looking for that maniac that can be offered, but Boots say no. Boots just says no. ONIC team with a dominant game. Team BTR are looking for a miracle, but their voices cannot grow through the sky, where the Sky Kings themselves are sitting there.
Let me just say congratulations to ONIC for winning the first match of this best of 3. And it went quicker than I thought. Like, what was that, sub 11 minutes?
Yep.
ONIC just did whatever they wanted. There's nothing that Bigetron Sons can really do against them.
Wow. Wow.
I would say there's layers that ONIC won. One of them was the draft.
The draft, yeah. Especially because of the trap that they set up. There was a time where we said that the Hilda will be deadly, right? I remember, like, even just the second set of bans, we already brought up that